Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for RB. Thank you so much, man. You have been very kind and generous lately. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, and I hope these reviews find you. Thank you for your patience, for your generosity. I truly, truly appreciate it, RB. Thank you so much, man. You and others definitely help the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all you guys. Thank you. But RB sent in a paid request for those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, TV shows, reviews, re-reviews, tier list rankings, whatever the case may be. Feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And this is for an episode of 2.5 Men. Specifically, Season 4, Episode 9, Corey's Been Dead for an Hour. Which, I will admit, for a second there, I'm like, Corey Feldman? But, I'll be honest, I don't know what the title represents with the episode now that I think about it. But 2.5 Men is one of those shows where I believe I reviewed the first season or so for someone a long time ago. I can't remember. If so, they will be on the channel. I remember liking it for what it is. It's a sitcom with Charlie Sheen and John Cryer, and a kid who I believe started off as smart. Then the more the show went on, the more dumber they made him. It was for 12 seasons from 2003 to 2015. I think around season 7 or 8. That's when Charlie Sheen was talking shit about the maker, creator Chuck Lorre, and I think that's his name. And all the drugs and stuff, they fired him, and he did the winning Tiger Blood, all those interviews. And so they had a back and forth. They cast Ashton Kutcher to be a different character who buys the place and still, for some reason, lets John Cryer and the kid live with him. Then I think later on there was Charlie Sheen's character had an illegitimate kid or something. And then she joined, and yeah. Apparently, for those years, it was a shit show. But surprisingly, it lasted still a couple years after that. And I think a lot of people said that once Charlie Sheen was gone, the show was over and probably should have just been canceled. But and I can see why, because when you watch the show, Charlie Sheen is really what makes it. Because I don't condone the shit he did. I did not see his documentary that came out recently. I have not seen that. But you know, I don't condone all the stupid drug shit that he did, and having HIV and maybe possibly giving them to other people. Although I'm sure he denies it, but who knows how much of that is true or false. Just saying. And it's a shame because I always liked him as an actor. I always liked him as an actor. I know he's kind of on his redemption tour because you see him now. I just go on YouTube and recommended Charlie Sheen's talking to this person. Charlie Sheen's being interviewed with this person. So again, it's like the apology tour or whatever the case. But it's a shame because I always liked him. Back to the day, that is. Whether it be in films like The Arrival, which I think is an underrated film. Whether it be Hot Shots. Hot Shots Part 2 I really enjoy. Men at Work is fun. The Rookie with him and Clint Eastwood I think is an underrated fun action movie. I like The Chase. That's a fun film. Platoon, of course. Young Guns. A lot of stuff I like with him in it. And I know he replaced Michael J. Fox for a bit on Spin City. And he could do comedy. Like, that's the thing. Charlie Sheen can do comedy fairly well. Dude, just watch Hot Shots Part 2. And that'll show you he could do comedy. But, yeah, it's a shame. It seems like he's, health wise, like psychological wise, he's kind of normal now, normal But it's like, well, why didn't you do this, over a decade ago, dude? Because I think that show canceled 2015, so that would have been a decade. Wow. So even longer when he went crazy. So there. But anyway, yeah, when I watch bits of the show, Charlie Sheen is what makes it. His reactions, his candor, his delivery of the dialogue, he's what made the show go on for so long. It wasn't because of John Cryer. John Cryer does what he's supposed to do, but Charlie Sheen is what made that show. That's why it didn't last that long after Ashton Kutcher got on. Maybe the first season, people were curious about it, and then the kind of leftover fans as they dwindle and go away, and then there you go. But the plot of this episode is Charlie Sheen, John Cryer, and the kid, they're at this movie theater concession stand where the kid, he's fat, so he orders like all the food, and Charlie Sheen's like, what are you doing, building an ass bomb? Which I thought it was kind of funny. Find out, get two things. John Cryer orders, and then he conveniently forgot his wallet. They go back and forth, and people keep saying, come on, you gotta pay the guy, pay the guy. Charlie Sheen pays for it. John Cryer adds one more piece of food. And then it seems like this ongoing thing where John Cryer will make Charlie Sheen pay for stuff. Because he'll conveniently forget his wallet. So, for example, they go on a double date with these girls. Dinner's ready to be paid. John Cryer says, I gotta go to the little boy's room. And Charlie Sheen looks at him, and under his breath he goes, you mean the little cheap bastard's room? And the girl's like, what? He's like, oh, I'll be right back. And follows him to the men's room. Again, Charlie Sheen knows how to do that deadpan money talks, which I quite enjoy. Money Talks with Chris Tucker, another film where he's very funny. And like when Chris Tucker's like, oh yeah, he had all the women, all the people in college, right? Yeah, all the men, all the women, I fucked them all. Well, I guess it's true, since apparently Charlie Sheen has been with men. Okay, if it makes you better, makes you feel better, be my guest. Just don't give him HIV. But, Charlie Sheen's good at comedy. And then the rest of it is kind of this standoff where John Cryer keeps doing stuff to make Charlie Sheen leave. And so he'll like wash his hands longer. Oh, I gotta go use the toilet. Charlie Sheen follows him. What are you doing? Well, I gotta use it too. And it's kind of this standstill, going back and forth, because Charlie knows what he's doing, John Cryer knows what he himself is doing. And apparently they were in there for so long, when they come out, the girls had already left. And the guy paid for dinner as well. So Charlie Sheen, when they're home, finally confronts him about it. And John goes, oh, you're being irrational, I'm going to go shower, blah, blah, blah. And this is probably the funniest bit of the episode. Charlie Sheen's like, I'm not irrational. I can show you being irrational. And there's like a drawer nearby, some shelf. And he's like, he's like, yeah! and the lamp falls. But the way he's like, yeah! I can't do it right, but I thought that was pretty funny. But when the lamp falls, he finds this big wad of cash. He goes, And he steals the wad of cash. So that the next day, the pizza has been ordered. John Cryer ordered it, but he won't pay for it. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, Charlie, can you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have my wallet. I gotta find my wallet. Oh, how convenient. So he goes to the door, and there's the pizza guy. He says it's not his money. He's giving more money than he should. And he's like, wait. What, sir? Just wait. Just listen. And then you hear John Cryer yell because he can't find his money. So Charlie Sheen smiles and is like, thanks for waiting. Because you want to enjoy together the guy's misery. Comes out. Charlie Sheen is like pretty much going back and forth where John Cryer admits that yeah, he's been saving bits of money because I think he's, I guess, worried one day this ride that he's on where he could stay at Charlie Sheen's place will be over sometime. Because I think you find out on the show, he stayed there the whole time without paying rent. I mean, if that's the case, that's a shitload of money then you'd be saving. And I'm like, fuck, if I'm staying at someone's place and they're paying the rent, that's okay. I wouldn't be pissing them off at all. But whatever. And they go back and forth, and he's like, listen, you don't need to do that. I'll always be there for you. And he's like, oh yeah, like even when we're old. And then Charlie kind of looks at him and goes, take back your money. And then they show a nightmare where John Cryer is an old guy with his son, who's now old, an adult, working at the concession stand while Charlie comes in with two ladies looking kind of the same and walking by. And it's funny that the poster they pass is Saw 33. I thought that was fun. And then John Cryer wakes up from the nightmare. So, funny episode, especially for Charlie Sheen, his mannerisms, like him freaking out at the dresser drawer, or the way he kind of plays the game to mess with John Cryer. That stuff was fun. The only other little side plot is the kid. He says he can stay home by himself. He doesn't need a babysitter. He's watching a scary movie, and there is a babysitter or a lady there. He gets scared of the movie for a bit, then they watch the movie together. That stuff I didn't care about one way or the other. Very indifferent to it. The kid himself, I mean, I'm indifferent to the kid. Take him or leave him. Again, any time I've seen this show, I can't remember when I did those reviews for 2.5 Men. I'd have to look them up. Well, actually, I mean, I got my computer here. Let me just go to my channel here. 2.5. Well, that's weird. They're not up anymore. Or am I doing it wrong? I know I did. Or I know I damn as gifts. Are they not? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just watched them. Maybe I didn't review them. Maybe I just watched them. I don't know. Maybe I thought I watched them. I mean, I know I watched them. Maybe I did it and just talked about on a stream or something, maybe. Okay. Well, then, there you go. I don't know what to tell you. So, that shows how little I remember. So, no, they're not on there. So, I guess this would be the first 2.5 Men thing on there. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm a liar, I guess. Shit. Well, okay, so you can't. So, forget what I said earlier. You can't see those videos, because those videos apparently don't exist. And now I'm trying to remember if I ever did make them, or maybe I just mentioned... Because I know I got sent the DVDs. I don't fucking know, man. I know I have the DVDs around here somewhere. But anyway. Well, what I saw of it, I liked because of Charlie Sheen. So there you go. And even even though it's a simple theme song, it's kind of catchy. Where it's like men, 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 the manly men, 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 men. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's weird how something as simple as that to be catchy, but it was for me. So I thought that was. It is a bit weird, like when they get older, they do this morph effect, so the characters morph to their ages of today. That stuff's a bit weird. The morphing bits when they do that. I'd rather them just not do that at all. Just record a new one with your newer selves. Not this. They do it, then at the end, like the kid. Like if you watch it, like the kid gets taller and taller. Like if you watch on YouTube 2.5 minute intros from season 1 to season 12, yeah, it's a bit different. So you get some kind of scary moments as it goes on. I'll put it that way. But yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. This was fun to watch, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now.